At a time of deep division in today's society, we must come together for humanity's sake. On Can We Talk 360, we strive to stimulate an authentic conversation on issues that affect all of us in an environment of tolerance. I am Eugene Pettis, attorney and community servant. Let's discover how there is strength in our differences and an abundance of possibilities when we stand together as one humanity. Welcome to Can We Talk 360's Motivational Moment. I want to discuss the topic of how are we going to shape our society for the better. Given the current election season that we're in, it's impossible to ignore the constant onslaught of media coverage, particularly for the race for President of the United States. Notably, there are perhaps even more important races down ballot, all the way to our local level. It's often said that local politics can impact our lives just as much as national politics. What I don't understand is too often we hear people complaining about what our politicians are not doing. Some people are single-issue voters. In other words, they look for a candidate that's going to address that one area of interest and ignore everything else that makes our society functional. I've even heard some people recently discussing specifically about who has given them money and allowing that to be a barometer of who they would vote for. Many get so disenchanted until they elect not to participate. I have never understood that decision, given the fact that failure to participate almost guarantees that nothing's going to change as it relates to your interests. It was Gandhi who is often credited with saying, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." I love that quote. The quote means that people should take the initiative to make the world a better place instead of waiting for others to do so. This message is particularly important for young voters. It cannot be overstated that the future of our country can be shaped by the younger generations. That is, the 18 to 29, some polls go up to 30, 35. Young people could decide 2024 presidential election. There's been a palpable and undeniable excitement for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz's ticket. There's been an eruption of creative social media content through TikTok videos and widely shared memes. These are all impressive statistics and actions and observations. However, statistics and polls hold no value unless younger voters get out and exercise their right to vote. Although young people are the biggest group of citizens who are eligible to vote, they turn out at a significantly lower rate than older Americans. Let's just look in November 2022 midterms, for instance. Only 25.5% of 18 to 29-year-olds cast a ballot, whereas 63.1% of those age 6 year older voted. Though November 2020 set records for youth voter turnout, only 52.5% of 18 to 29-year-olds ultimately cast a ballot, compared to 78% of those 60 or over. This year, hopefully, will be different. In recent polls, for example, about 77% of young people say that they plan to definitely vote in the upcoming November election. For older citizens, that number is 90%. I know there's various reasons where people have studied why younger people don't vote. Some of it is that they feel intimidated or lack confidence in the process. Others have commitments, job commitments, etc., that they don't feel they have the flexibility. But I don't think any of those can be an excuse. The last date to register to vote is October 7th, just a few weeks away. That's the deadline if you want to participate in the general election on November 5th. I encourage each of you that is listening to reach out if you know of some person, young or old, that desire to vote. Assist them through the process so that they're not intimidated to register to vote and to go to the polls. When people ask what's at stake, remind them our freedom is on the ballot. Our democracy is at stake. The freedom of our next generation and the generation yet unborn is on the ballot. Being able to pursue any job or career you desire and not be limited to what one candidate called black jobs is on the ballot. Having the right to speak out when you see injustice any place in our society is on the ballot. When we want to defend our right to a full measure of being an American, that is on the ballot. Those and so many other of our interests are at stake and on the ballot. It is imperative that not only do we go and vote, but that we need to do more than we've ever done in our lives in encouraging others to vote, even if we have to pick them up and take them to the polls. We don't have a choice. And as Michelle Obama stated at the DNC, we must do something. Thank you so much for listening and get engaged. It's in our own best interest, and we cannot have any gripes without participating.
The law firm of Halitzer, Pedersen Schwam is a proud sponsor of the Can We Talk 360 podcast. Our firm handles medical malpractice, wrongful death, catastrophic personal injury litigation. We pride ourselves in being advocates for justice on behalf of those who have been seriously injured. For decades, we've taken the lead in making your case our priority. It's who we are. It's who we'll always be. Halitzer, Pedersen Schwam. Serious injuries, proven results.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Can We Talk 360. I sincerely hope that you were inspired to seize this moment in time and take real action towards change. Remember, all change begins with a conversation. Be sure to tune in every month for more fascinating discussions and motivational food for the soul. Please share with your friends, family, and colleagues. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Can We Talk 360, and visit us on the web at www.canwetalk360.com.